Hey guys, so tonight I wanted to share with y'all my favorite summer makeup. And this stuff didn't necessarily come out this year, but it is stuff that, like, as I've been going through my collection, trying to get things to a point where I can do like makeup collection video. I know y'all want to see it and I really do want to film it, but holy crap, like guys, I'm in so over my head. Like, if y'all want to come over and just help me organize and I'll just like show you what I have, that might be the best way to do it at this point, because let me tell you, there's so much stuff to go through, throw away, organize, just like, oh my god. So that video is coming, I promise. I'm really excited about it because I kind of have like a little vision for it. God only knows if that will actually come true, but for now I just wanted to show y'all what I have been loving for just day-to-day summer makeup. So I kind of just laid everything out just like if I was going to get ready. So I guess I will just kind of start with primer and work my way through my face. Does that make sense? So I am going to go ahead and say, if you are someone who watches all of my videos, some of this stuff is going to be repetitive, but at the very end, I am going to throw in the things that did not work for me over the past couple of months. So it's going to kind of be like a favorites and like rejects. What do people call it? I don't know. Something like that. So if you want to stick around for that, that will be right at the end. So for primers, I have been loving my Drunk Elephant bronzing drops. Sunshine drops, sorry. These just like give your skin the most beautiful glow, and even if you're not planning on wearing a bunch of makeup, you want like a really nice just everyday look, these add so much like just glowiness to your skin. I think it looks beautiful, and I love pairing it with the Tatcha, this liquid silk canvas. I'm on the like regular silk canvas primer, but this is so freaking good. I absolutely love it. It's so much better than like the putty, and these two go together like sisters. Like, they're so good. So these I put on all the time and I absolutely love them. And then I also use this in combination with those. It is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Base Mattifier. I put this all down my T-zone and it is just absolutely amazing. Like, this does not let any oil seep through for the entire day, and I'm talking like 100-degree, stupid humid. This locks any of your oils away, so it's so good. And you need the tiniest amount. Like, I have this little sample size and I'm nowhere near running out of it. And I'm also going to say, this little sample size of the liquid silk canvas that I got has been lasting me for over a month now. So both of these are super good, like fine for the money, if that makes sense. Like, you're going to get a lot of use out of them. And then for foundation, I have a couple different things. I have this, which is semi-new and something I've been playing with recently. I have this on tonight and I'm really starting to have a little love affair with it. It is the Pure 4-in-1 Tinted Moisturizer, and I actually got it in medium. I did an online pickup order at Ulta. I showed y'all the ColourPop palette that I cannot think of the name of off the top of my head, but this was in that same order. And it was on sale. I want to say it was like $21, and I love the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. So since I have this in MN3 is like my darker self-tan shade, I chose MN3 for the tinted moisturizer. But it's kind of weird, they don't actually have that many shades of the tinted moisturizer. I think it's just like fair, light, medium, deep, and dark. I might be wrong on that, but me choosing the MN3 just like automatically put me into the medium tinted moisturizer. Did that make any sense at all? So I got the medium. I would probably get the light if I were to get it again, but honestly, it has very low coverage, so it doesn't really matter all that much. And if I do want to add more coverage, mixing this in is amazing. It is their foundation. I've been playing a lot with the Pure face products. I also have their powder here. These are like 3 of my favorite things right now, and this one is the 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup, and I have this in MG3. I use this just to set my face. I haven't really used it as like a powder foundation or anything, but I have heard that you can do that and it's beautiful. So yeah, these 3 are amazing, and this just got added, but these 2 have been in my collection for a while now, and I love both of them. I think I'm really into Pure because I cannot wait to get my Raw Beauty Kristi collection, so I just want to play with like anything that I can. And then I also had to throw this in. It is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. This has just been so good. It was amazing when I was at the beach. It has an SPF of 40. It goes over sunscreen really well. It just, like, you can put it on with your fingers. You can also put this Pure Tinted Moisturizer on with your fingers. These remind me a lot of each other, like the finish wise. This one is a little bit dewier, but I don't know. I'm really loving the coverage that both of these give, and it's about the same. So I'm loving both of these right now. And then for concealer, I have 3 items, but one is this Bobbi Brown corrector. I've been using the absolute crap out of this, and I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. I have a couple of things that I'm going to return at Sephora, and I'm definitely going to get a deeper shade of this because when I am self-tanning, this is just, it makes my under eyes way too light. But this will be great for, you know, when I'm pasty pale like I am right now. So I love this. It doesn't crease. You need a very, very tiny amount, and you can really just like dab it right into the corner or wherever your like deep blue issues are. And it is just amazing. So the next 2 things are concealers, and the first one is this Dior Forever Skin Corrector. I know I've talked about it before, but it's just amazing. I have it in 1N. I feel like they need to do some work on the shades of this. This is 1N. They do have a 0N now, and I would definitely need to get that for summer because this is like my shade to a T. I'm sorry, I would need to get the lighter one for winter because this is definitely my summer shade. So I will definitely be getting the 0N when winter rolls around. It's such a good formula. It doesn't crease. You can do a very light layer or you can really build it up. This is also a really good concealer for if you don't want to have anything all over your face. You can just kind of like spot conceal with this. It really blends out like really, really nicely to where you can't tell that you have anything on, but your skin is just like super seamless and gorgeous, which is amazing. So I love this, and you get a really decent amount. You get 11 mLs in this, and in my other concealer I'm getting 5, so that says a lot. Now the other concealer is the Pat McGrath Labs concealer, and I got these right when they launched, and then I kind of forgot about them just like everything else because so much stuff comes out all the time, and it's impossible to use everything that I was getting, which is why I'm actually really thankful for this low buy that I'm doing. I have picked up a few things along the way, but this is so good. This color is L6. It's a little bit lighter than the Dior. It's also very creamy, but not in a cakey way. It's really beautiful all over your face. I do have to set this, but I love using her under eye setting powder with it. If I use a tiny bit of this, tiny bit of that, it gives a beautiful under eye appearance. So yeah, I've really, really been loving this as well. I'm not sure what is going on, but I feel like I'm losing my voice, so I'm sorry that I sound like a squeaky little mouse tonight. It's really annoying me too, I promise. But the next few things are going to be like cream-based face products. So the first one has to be the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer in Seychelles. Seychelles, I will never know how to say it. I really don't care. It's beautiful. It is the perfect combination between being a bronzer and like a bronzer kind of shade. It's warm enough to where you don't, you know, it doesn't just have to be contour, but it's also cool enough to where it does kind of like chisel your face out some. And I've gone through an entire travel size of it. I'm digging into this one now. I have another travel size waiting for when I run out of this, or if I just need to take it on vacation or something. I'm obsessed with this. I actually am very, what's the word? I'm very surprised I don't have any of the Fenty cream products in here. And I sat down to film this and I looked down and I was like, man, I really don't have any of the Fenty stuff. And that's because I don't keep it in my everyday makeup bag, and that's what I'm pulling from for all this stuff, because that's what I've really been using. So those I do go to every now and then, and you know, it's fun to kind of play with that little purple color and this and that, but it's not something that I reach for every day. So this by far is just better to me than the Fenty, but I know a bunch of people who will say otherwise, and I think it's just a personal preference. I think I got really lucky with having a shade that works really well for me. I can see if you were deeper skinned, if, you know, Fenty has so many good shades, so I feel like, you know, they're just kind of giving you more to work with, which is amazing. And the formula is really good. I'm not saying it's not. For some reason, this has just kind of stuck with me more than they have. And then the other cream well, no, I have two more contour bronzy products. The next one is the Tom Ford Shade Illuminate. I'm not gonna say that you need this because it is so ridiculously expensive. Like, it's just, you know, you don't need it. And I had someone ask me if I had to choose between this and the powder bronzer, which one would I choose? Definitely the powder bronzer, unless like you only wear creams. The color of this is beautiful. It's a lot like the Tarte one, I'm not gonna lie. This is in Intensity 01, and I mean, it's a little bit warmer than the Tarte one, which is weird because this is specifically a contour and this is specifically a bronzer. Both of them are more like brontory shades to me, but it's an amazing formula. So if you do want to try it, I definitely think you will love it. If you're like, that's stupid expensive and overpriced, I kind of agree, but now that I have it, I am really glad that it's in my collection. And then the last kind of bronzer contour product, this is also called a contour stick, but you will see it is very warm. That is probably the warmest of all of them. So, you know, when it comes to contour, this is just, it's a bronzer. Like, it's a cream bronzer. It's beautiful. It blends out so easy, so quick. I'm so mad that it took me so long to find this one. It's like I had some kind of thing about using Clinique makeup, like my grandma used to use it, so I can't now, and that's so friggin' stupid, because all of the Clinique stuff that I've tried, I've enjoyed, and I really want to try that big bronzer that they have. So that might be something else that I can exchange for the couple of things that I'm going to return. And I'm not a big person to return things. I know that they just like have to throw it away, and I really hate that. So unless I feel like a product was stupidly overpriced and I really like, I'm never going to touch it again, then I'll return something. If not, and it was kind of like like you probably should have known before you really bought it, like that kind of thing, I'll keep it. I'll give it to my mom, a friend, whatever. But now for cream blushes. Let me wipe these off so I can show you the blushes. So the first cream blush that we have is this Ilia Color Haze Multi-Use Pigment in Before Today. I also have this in Temptation, and both of them are absolutely beautiful. I honestly just picked this one up first, so that's what I went for, but I will swatch both of them because they are both absolutely stunning colors. One is a little more like mauvey rosy, and then the other one is a little more corally. The Temptation is definitely more corally to me. Okay, I figured I would just go ahead and swatch all of the blushes. While I was doing that, it might be a little bit quicker. So this shade right here is the Temptation from Ilia. So beautiful and just like gorgeous, corally, almost like strawberry. I don't know, I just think it's so pretty. And then this one here is the more muted kind of mauvey rosy shade. And then I have the Tower 28 Golden Hour over here and the Tower 28 Magic Hour over here. And I would definitely say that I get the most use out of this Magic Hour. It is just the best, like, how do I even describe it? If you've watched my videos, then you've seen it. It's just such a good, like, it brings a nice flush to your cheeks without adding too much like color to where you have to like match it with your eyes and your lips and everything else. So it's just such a good color. I think, you know, a bunch of skin tones can use it. I know if you're super deep, it might not work out. I think the Golden Hour would work out a lot better. But if you are, you know, light, medium, this one is beautiful. And is that it for cream products? I think so. I guess I do need to throw in the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand. This is the best liquid / cream highlighter I've ever used. It is absolutely stunning. It blends out like a dream. It just, I put that in like the worst place ever. But I don't know if you can actually see how beautiful it is. It is just the best formula. I've gone through an entire tube of this before. It's absolutely stunning, and it is really like no other cream highlighter that I've ever used. It's not sticky. It's not gunky or goopy. Your hair won't get caught in it. It's just like this kind of beautiful shift, and it is amazing. So I need to speed all of this up. Every time I'm like, this will be a good quick video idea, like 3 hours later I finish and I'm like, what the hell did I just do for the last 3 hours? Alright, now we have 4 eyeshadow palettes to talk about. Oh, I guess before these I could mention this because I cannot leave this out. This is just one of the many that I love, the Too Faced Melted Chocolate Matte Eyeshadow. I use this basically every single day. I throw some in my crease, on my lid, I blend it out, and it's just done. I can throw some shimmer on it if I want to. If I don't, I don't. And either way, it looks beautiful. They're so easy to blend out. I'm just obsessed with them. I have 4 shades. All of them but one have worked out, and I am going to talk about the one that did not work out in just a few minutes after I get through the rest of this stuff. So as for eyeshadow palettes, this is a newbie, but something that instantly like captured my heart and just made me love it. This is the Sweet Talk palette from ColourPop. I just posted a video with it, and it's really hard for me to show you the colors on here, but it is just stunning. Such a good spring, summer eyeshadow palette. The Super Shock shadow in here is absolutely gorgeous. The other shadows blend beautifully. I love that they have one of the Super Shocks in here. I'm just like, this is something that I will definitely take like traveling with me anywhere I can even think to go. So I love this, and I love that it's so inexpensive. And then on the complete other side of the spectrum, I have the Pat McGrath Divine Rose 2 palette. And I do have both of the Divine Rose palettes, but I chose this one because of this shade here, which is this nice light peachy shade. I think this is just beautiful, and it goes so well with all of the shimmers in here. And then I also chose this one just because it's a little more summery to me. I think the Divine Rose 1 is absolutely beautiful. It kind of gives me more like fall vibes though. Not that that matters. I will still wear it all summer, all fall, all winter, all spring. But this one just kind of spoke a little more summery to me. And then this shade right here, this pink green duochrome amazingness is just like, I mean, literally like nothing I've ever seen before. So I had to mention that palette. And then the last 2 palettes I'm going to mention. This one is the Victoria's Secret. Did I really just say that? Oh my god. Anyway, this is the Victoria Beckham Tweed Smoky Eye Brick. And this is just an amazing little palette to throw in my makeup bag. It has, you know, a really good, just like regular transition shade. You can deepen it up with this. You can add a little bit of purple with this. It really just kind of blends into a nice like smoky eggplant kind of shade, or you can really warm it up with this. So this is a really pretty, like, just kind of lay down the color. And then if you have like an eye topper that you want to use, or even just like a highlighter, or if you just want a really beautiful matte eye, this one is absolutely stunning. All of her the smoky eye bricks, they're all really gorgeous. I love all of them. This is just the warmest, so it is my favorite. And the last eyeshadow palette is another very new one, but it is what I'm wearing on my eyes tonight. And after I played with it earlier today and then tonight, I was like, I cannot not mention this palette. This is, again, from ColourPop, and this is the Nude Mood palette. Oh my god. This is like my dream palette. I freaking love it. Beautiful. All of the shades are beautiful. The pigment, the blendability, the shimmers. I want to say these 2 are the, why can I not think of what they're freaking called tonight? The things from ColourPop, the Super Shock shadows. I do believe that these 2 are. It might just be this one, but I do think this one is as well. This is also another beautiful shimmer shade. I have this like just smoked out on my bottom lash line tonight. And this is so easy to work with. I can see it being such a beautiful, like, bridal palette. I love this so much. And, like, all I gotta say about that, it's absolutely beautiful. The only eyeliner that I even, like, felt the need to talk about is the Benefit Roller Liner in brown. I just used this in, was it a Shop My Stash video, I think? And I was like, oh my god, I forgot how good this was. Like, it went on so good, so pigmented. It's a really good brown. Like, I mean, that was 2 swipes. Like, it's a really good deep shade of brown without being black, if that makes sense. Dries down totally matte and stays forever. So I actually had this upstairs to film this video when I was playing around with this palette earlier tonight, where I definitely would have used this. I think it would have been beautiful for like a nice wing or even just lining around my eyes. But what else? So for mascara, my current like favorite combination is the Marc Jacobs Black Noir mascara layered with the Marc Jacobs At Lashed mascara. And I know this is such like a bougie, annoying combination, but they're so good together. I do think that I have an Essence one that reminds me a lot of this At Lashed, and then the Lash Paradise reminds me a lot of the Black Noir. I never feel like I'm saying that right, but I want to kind of test those two out, build up on each other, and see if those give the same effect, because this is kind of an expensive mascara combination, and if you can get it from an Essence mascara, I would definitely recommend that. But these have been my 2 go-to. They don't flake on me, they don't smudge, they don't run. I have awful allergies. They've been so bad this summer, and I never find either of these running, whether I have them layered or not. They've stayed put, and I know I don't have to worry about my mascara. Parker will straight up like splash me in the face if we're playing, doing whatever, and as long as I'm not like shh and like wipe it away and I just kind of like dab my face, and then it's all good and it just like dries again. So these have been really good for the summer. And next, I guess we should go to powder bronzers. Let me throw in this powder really quick. This is the Milk Makeup a Blur and Set powder. That is exactly what this does. It gives such a good blurring finish. I've heard really good things about this for probably years now, and I just never like felt the urge to do it. I think it was the 4th of July sale, and this was on sale, and I was like, you know what? I have not tried a new loose powder in a really long time, and I decided to give it a shot. It's so good. I'm not a huge fan of the packaging. It's kind of hard to get like the right amount, and I end up having to dump it into the cap, which is what I don't want, which is why I thought this was awesome, because it has a little net, but I can't get anything through the net. So not a fan of the packaging, but the powder is really great for setting my face. I don't think I've even tried setting my under eyes with it. I basically just set my under eyes with the Laura Mercier Secret Blurring Powder or the Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder. So now on to powder bronzers. Now, if you know me, you know this was a very hard decision to make. There was no way that there was going to be 1 or 2. It's amazing that we got it down to 3. So for this summer, I know we have like all of the cream bronzing products, but y'all know a bitch loves to layer. So the first, of course, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. This is in the shade 2. I use 2 when I am not self-tanned. I use 3 when I am. Either way, it's always beautiful. It always blends in so well. Even if I haven't like set my face like I usually would, like I just kind of went in and like set up under my eyes in my T-zone. If I go in with this over like my Pure 4-in-1, I can kind of just blend it on without having to set like my cheek area, which is kind of unheard of. I've never been able to do that before. So I also just heard that the bronzer refills are on Charlotte Tilbury's website now. I think you said they were $39. If the refills came out right when the whole compact did, I definitely would have gotten like 2 in the compact and then 3 just as a pan, because I don't need 2 of these huge compacts. Like, they're beautiful and they're amazing to actually like do your makeup. Like, I can see my entire face right now, and usually I can't with like any mirror like this Tom Ford bronzer that I'm like getting ready to talk about. This, I can see like just a square of my face. So I love the compact. It's beautiful. I love the formula. I feel like I will use this forever now, and it is absolutely beautiful to mix with this. This one does have a little bit of shimmer to it. Y'all know I rave about this all of the time. Yes, it is expensive AF, and is it worth it? I don't know. But I will tell you, I've been using this all year and I still have not hit pan. And this is the mini. So I do think that, you know, you're getting a lot of product for your money. I'm not sure, like, against other bronzers exactly how much you're getting, but I know you don't need much of this. Give a little swirl on top of this Charlotte Tilbury and it's absolutely stunning. Or recently I have been using this new Gucci bronzer on top of the Charlotte Tilbury, and this one also has a little bit of a sheen to it. I did want to swatch this one beside the Tom Ford. So the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer is almost like too finely milled to swatch, because it's just like you really have to build and layer and build and layer. So I'm not going to swatch that one, but this one right here is the Gucci and this one right here is the Tom Ford. Did I just say that right? Yes, I did. Okay. But so the Gucci is a little bit deeper. I do have it in 03, and you know, I did get it for like a summer shade, so it is a bit deeper, but the finish of them is what is very similar to me. They both have kind of a glowy appearance to them, and I absolutely love that. So let me speed through the rest of this. I think most of it is lip stuff. I do, of course, have to mention the Guerlain Meteorites Pearl Dust palette. I'm wearing this today. I basically wear this every day. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful palette, and I just don't, other than the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, I don't have anything like this, and they're so smooth, so blendable. They make a beautiful eyeshadow. All of the colors, they're pretty different, but they work really well together, if that makes sense. There's just something, like, it's just straight glass cheeks, and it is beautiful. I don't think this is like a limited edition item or anything, so I would definitely wait for the sale. Don't they have a sale in August or September? I would wait for a sale to come around to pick this up, but it is very, very gorgeous. My favorite shade in here is this pearly pink shade. It looks like that. I'm not sure if a swatch will really do it justice, but it is that right there, and it's just absolutely stunning. So now let's just like fly through these lip products, and we can get on to all the stuff that did not work out for me before this video is actually an hour long, because that's where it's heading. This is another favorite from Shiseido. It's their eyelash curler. I've heard so many people rave about this. I didn't know that there was a difference between eyelash curlers. I thought they were all just kind of the same. They all just curled them and whatever. They're not all the same. This one keeps them curled for so much longer. The curl is better. All around, just a better experience, which it better be for $20, but just saying. For lips, from ColourPop, we have these two right here. This one is the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in BFF. I've heard this raved about for basically ever. It's what I have on my lips right now. Okay, I just had that Pat McGrath shadow on my hand, so it is a little bit stained, but this is the color of the BFF lip liner, and it's just like the perfect nude. I've been hearing that forever, and it really just is true. Now this is the ColourPop Lippy Sticks, and this is in the color Parker. I have found two lipsticks in the color Parker in the past couple of months, and both of them are actually gorgeous, so I'm very happy about that. That is the color Parker, and that is like the perfect nude to go with that liner, and it could not have been made like more for me. So this combo I've been rocking a lot. And then I have this e.l.f. cream lipstick. I'm not sure what they're called. Seriously Satin in the shade Cream. And I've heard a lot of people raving about these as well. And Manny MUA was the first one I heard talk about them. And this is such a good light nude shade. This in the center of this lip combination is so beautiful. And then I have two liquid lipsticks from Lawless. This darker one is called George, and it is just a beautiful nude shade. Like, I think almost anyone could rock this shade. Like, it's just so, so good. And then this is the other formula that I have a Parker in, and this is like a very light baby pink shade, and this I actually mix with the George shade above it, and that makes a really pretty like ombre lip. And then we have these three that I love to wear either together or completely separate, but they're all like fiery orange. And this is the Patrick Ta Precision Lip Crayon in She's Not From Here. And like I said, it's just like a really pretty fiery red orange shade. Super pretty. And the formula of these is amazing. And then I love to top that with this Fenty lipstick in, what is it, Tang Tang? I always forget the name of this, but it cracks me up every time. And it's just such a pretty, like, glossy, sheer, orangey red vibe that, like, I'm absolutely obsessed with. And then we have the Fire shade from the Tower 28 lip jellies, I think they're called. I actually have two of them up here with me, the Fire and the XOXO. Both are so pretty. I've used both in a ton of videos and they're just absolutely amazing. They feel so good on the lips. For setting sprays, we have two. I have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray. This is one of my favorite mists of all times. If I'm ever feeling powdery or cakey or anything like that, I will always spray this on and it just makes all the difference. So I absolutely love this. But for summer, the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Setting Spray is an absolute must. I have like the giant limited edition bottle that they came out with, and I just like fill this one. Guys, I have this everywhere. I have this one in my purse all the time. I have this one in like my everyday makeup bag, and then I have the huge one on my makeup desk. So I'm never without this stuff. I also think this takes any of that like powderiness away, but I think the combination of these two is actually really good. So I think that is all of the stuff that I'm going to talk about that I really enjoy. Now let's get on to the stuff that I really did not enjoy. So the first thing I wanted to talk about that did not work out for me is this Too Faced Melted Chocolate Matte Eyeshadow. This is in the shade Cocoa Cream. Now I got this one to be almost like a primer for my eye. I was hoping I could kind of like put this down just like I would like Peely's base, MAC paint pot, that kind of thing, and like, you know, spread it out and it would just kind of work as a base, and then maybe use one of the other shades that I do really love on top of it, but it just did not work for that. I then thought like, oh, maybe it would work better if I was going to use it like for a cut crease kind of thing. I could like cut out my crease with it. It did not work for that. It just got super splotchy, and I guess with this color, since it is just so light, like there's so little pigment in it, once you try to blend it out at all, it just does not work. So this is one that I'm pretty disappointed about, but I do love all of the other ones, so I'm not too salty about it. The one thing there are two things I'm pretty salty about. This is the first one. This is the Charlotte's Magic Lip Oil Crystal Elixir. I was so excited about this. So excited. I love lip oils. I am such like a lip freak. I love testing anything for my lips. I love lip oils, lip masks, lips, just serums, anything for the lips. Anything to make my lips look juicier, softer, plumper, all that. I want all of it. Give it all to me. I'll pay $60, however much this was. Nothing comes out. Nothing comes out on the rollerball thingy. It's like halfway gone. There's product in there, but when I try to put it on, it's just straight, I got nothing. I literally get nothing. And I try to like warm it up on my hand and try to like give it the benefit of the doubt and like get it nice and, no, if I'm paying this much for a freaking lip oil, it just needs to work. So this is one of the three things I'm going to be returning at Sephora. This, I'm just not okay with wasting that much money on this much product that I can't even get to. And I'm not about to like, because for a second I was like, maybe I can like pop out the ball and figure out another way to use it. No, I'm not doing that with something this expensive. It should just work and I should not have to mess with it. So if for some reason I got like a faulty tube or something, I will just exchange it for another one of these. But if they're all like this, then I'm going to be getting something else with all of this money. Next up, I'm sure you'll remember this, the Velour, what is this thing called? Fluff and Brow. I should have known when the word fluff is in the title. Don't even mess with it. This damn thing has this freaking wax on it that is like the size of a contouring stick, and you're supposed to put this through your brow. No, it did not work in the video, it did not work the day after the video or the day after that, and you know what? It just doesn't look good. And it's not a good formula. I don't like the balm. I don't like the pencil formula either. If I liked either one of them, I would keep it and just use it for that, but I don't like either one of them, so it's going back. I don't even think this was like, no, I think it was like 30 bucks. I mean, that's a lot for an eyebrow product. I felt like, you know, if I'm using the balm, the pencil, and the spoolie, it's worth it, but it's not worth it if I hate it. So this is going back. And the last thing that is going to be going back is, sadly, the Natasha Denona Bronze Face Palette. If this wasn't so expensive, I probably wouldn't return it. I have a whole video using the bronze eyeshadow palette and this. It's just not good. The powders are fine. Like, I'll swatch them. It's not, I mean, they're just gonna throw this palette away once I return it anyway. But I don't even know where I'm swatching them at this point. That was absolutely pointless. They barely show up in the first place. The formula isn't good. I love a couple of her other face palettes, and I really do enjoy those. I have 2 of the bigger face palettes. I love those. I have the like tan something little face palette. I love that one. I'm kind of on like the Valentine's Love one that she came out with, but like that's what I mean. I still have that one though. I'm not returning it. Like I'll maybe get some use out of it. Probably not. I'm probably keeping that one because the packaging has the pretty little hearts floating everywhere. But this just, I don't know, the 2 like cream formulas. Look, you can see right there, that dent is from that video. It's just from me filming a video with it. It's not like I've used this every day. It literally, there's like no product in the pan. So basically screw this. I'm not about to, like, I think it's $65. That's ridiculous. And I've actually heard a few people on YouTube that, like, you know, they say all the time, like, I don't really return stuff unless I really truly hate it. They've also returned that. So kind of makes me feel better when I do want to return something. I have not heard one person talking about this, and I know everyone under the sun was talking about the Lash and Go, the liquid eyeliner. I talked about it. That was in one of my favorite videos. I love that. So I know that everyone that was talking about that got sent this in PR, and this just sucks. So no one is talking about it. But I also haven't heard anyone talk about the magic oil stuff. None of that. So I think that kind of says a lot when it really comes down to it. But I need to go ahead and shut up. This is literally going to be the longest video I ever upload, and I'm so sorry. I did not mean to make it this long. The last thing I do want to say, this just caught my eye. This is another fail for me. This is the Kaja Beachy stamp. It is the kind of like liquid cushiony bronzer. I'm not going to return this one or anything. There's just very little payoff. And it's a little shimmery, which would be pretty, but it's not really like the right kind of shimmer. And the whole stamp thing is a cute idea, but it just, for blending out, not my thing. So, okay, that is it. I will catch up with y'all in the next video because I cannot shut up tonight. So I hope you're having a great day, night, evening, weekend, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.